Hey, drywall repairman here. Thanks for visiting my channel. I am a licensed drywaller. I do a lot of drywall repairs. Patches on ceilings, patches on walls, stress cracks. Simple do-it-yourself type drywall repairs you can do. So please watch and learn these videos and please subscribe. Thanks for viewing. Just doing a short video on mixing hot muds. I like to use 5-minute hot muds. It's my go-to material for most of my patchwork. There's 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 90-minute hot muds out there. I prefer to use a 5-minute. When I use a 5-minute, I just mix a pan at a time. I always keep my hot muds in a bucket with a lid to keep the materials dry and last a long time. Easy storage container, or you could just mix it right out of the bag, dump it in the pan. Simple process. You just get a couple scoops of hot mud, 2 or 3 spoons. Then just add about a sponge and a half of water, and just use your 6-inch knife. Just mix it thoroughly. You're not splishing and splashing. Just keep it clean. If you put too much water in, just dump out the excess water. You always want to use fresh water in your water bucket. Always keep fresh water bucket around with the sponge. Just mix as you need it. Easy, easy. I mix a ton of these a week. I go through probably a bag or so a day. Sometimes a couple days. Lasts me a couple days. But just mix 5 minutes. This is a very strong material, very easy to work with. That's why you just do a pan at a time. Take your time. You are working with knives here, so you just want to mix it thoroughly. There's tools and everything else out there, but just mix it by hand, 6-inch knife and out of the pan. If it's too thick, just sprinkle in a little bit of water and to thin it down. Just mix it up thoroughly using your 6-inch knife. Nothing to it. Easy, easy. When you do hot muds, you're going to have to slick them out as they set up. Like this is a 5 minutes, so you just want to catch it as it's setting up. You take a 6-inch knife and a damp sponge and you slick it out. I know everybody's used to sanding drywall. You sand drywall when it's a joint compound, but with these hot muds, you have to slick them out with a wet sponge and a 6-inch knife, just like I'm doing here. This is a technique you use for all hot muds as they're setting up. You can't let them just set up overnight and come back and slick them out. You have to catch them as they're starting to set up and do the slick out process. If people say you can sand hot muds, they're lying to you. You can sand it, but you're going to work really hard trying to sand it. I don't recommend sanding hot muds. I recommend doing this slick out technique. This is a 5-minute mud, so it sets up about 5 minutes. Sometimes on painted gloss walls, it takes a little longer to set up. That's why I like to use a 5-minute mud, do a pan at a time. That way I know the area sets up and it's ready to go for a second coat. If you're doing a larger project, of course, you want to use a 20-minute, 40-minute, 90-minute. But with patch jobs like this size, I always use a 5-minute mud. Easy.